Have you ever heard that ancient Koreans ruled Japan? I was told so many times in YouTube. However, it is written in the Nihonshoki, Chronicles of Japan, about Sankan Seibatsu and the Mana Nihonfu. So I have long considered that ancient Japanese people ruled Korea. However, many people are spreading a rumor that ancient Koreans ruled Japan. By any chance, a Korean history book may say that ancient Koreans ruled Japan? Let's read Samguk-sagi, which is a Korean history book. According to the Samguk-sagi, Japan appears in the article of 50 BC for the first time. At the time, Japan was called Wa.
Hyejo's reign period, 8th year, 50 BC. People of Wa dispatched troops and tried to assault the borders. However, the troops heard that the founder was divinely virtuous, so they retreated. Hyejo's reign period, 38th year, 20 BC, spring, 2nd month. King Hyejo dispatched Hogong to Mahan Confederacy. Hogong was originally from Wa, though his family name or clan name was unknown. He was called Hogong, meaning Duke Bottle Gourd, because he was putting on his bottle gourd when he came from Wa.
Surprisingly, Hogong came from Wa, and he was in the center of the politics of Silla.
Nami reign period, 11th year, 14 AD. People of Wa dispatched troops on over 100 ships, and the troops plundered the households that were near the sea. Spirited troops from the 6 provinces were raised and defended against the enemy. Talhae Sajiam, he was also called Tohae, became king at the age of 62. His last name was Sayak, and his wife was Lady Ahio. Talhae was originally born in the country of Tapana. This country lies 1,000 ri to the northeast of Wa.
Wow! The 4th king of Silla was from the Japanese islands.
Talhae reign period, 2nd year, 58 AD, spring, 1st month. Hogong was awarded the top of ministers.
In a word, the king of Silla and the top of ministers of Silla were from Wa. After that, people of Wa dispatched troops to Silla in 73, 121, and 208. Well, we have finished reading the articles of the Samguk-sagi from 50 BC to 208 AD. This period roughly corresponds to the later Han Dynasty in China. Let's read a Chinese history book this time a little.
Ho Hanshu, Book of the Later Han, Scroll 85, Dongyi Eli's Huan 75, Samhan, Mahan. The southern part of Mahan was close to Wa, and people who tattooed the whole bodies were in there. Ho Hanshu Scroll 85, Dongyi Eli's Huan 75, Samhan, Jinan. Iron was mined in Jinan. And people of Dongyi, Wa, and Mahan went to Jinan to get the iron. Ho Hanshu Scroll 85, Dongyi Eli's Huan 75, Samhan, Byongjin. Byongjin was close to Wa, so many people who tattooed the whole bodies were in there.
Wow! According to the Chinese history book, there were people who seemed to be people of Wa in Byongjin and the southern part of Mahan. In addition, according to the Samguk-sagi, people of Wa dispatched troops to Silla many times. Okay, let's go back to the Samguk-sagi.
Jobun reign period, 3rd year, 232 AD, summer, 4th month. Suddenly, people of Wa appeared and besieged Gyeongseong, capital of Silla. King Jobun rode on a horse, fought against them, and put them to rout. The king made light cavalry pursue them, and the cavalry captured and killed more than 1,000 of them.
Though people of Wa finally lost, they besieged the capital of Silla. After that, people of Wa dispatched troops to Silla in 233, 249, 287, 292, and 294. Oh, wait a second. The article of 295 AD is extremely interesting.
Uriye reign period, 12th year, 295 AD, spring. King Uriye said, people of Wa often invade our territory, so people of Silla can't live in peace. I want to attack Wa in alliance with Baekje. Hongwan, who was the top of ministers, answered, we aren't used to sea fights. I'm afraid that we may encounter unexpected danger if we make a risky expedition. In addition, Baekje is deceitful and always has an ambition to conquer our nation. It is extremely difficult to attack Hua in alliance with Baekje. And the king stopped the plan.
The Samguk Sagi says that soldiers of Silla weren't used to sea fights. How did they rule Hua?
Hoyle-Hay reign period, 37th year, 346 AD. Suddenly, troops of Hua raided on Pengdu and plundered households. The troops advanced and besieged Gyeongseong, capital of Silla, and attacked the capital abruptly. King Hoyle-Hay wanted to fight, but Kangza, who was the top of ministers, said, "The troops have advanced here from a distant place, so we shouldn't fight against their vanguard. We should shut ourselves up in the castle and wait for them to be tired." The king agreed with him, closed the gate, and didn't fight. The troops ran out of food and retreated. The king commanded Kangza to fight, leading tough cavalry. And the cavalry ran after the troops and got them on the run.
Troops of Hua besieged the capital of Silla again. After that, people of Hua dispatched troops to Silla in 364 and 393.
Namul reign period, 38th year, 393 AD, summer, 5th month. People of Hua came and kept besieging Gyeongseong, capital of Silla, for 5 days. All officers and soldiers wanted to make a sortie. The king said the enemy were prepared to die, so they abandoned their ships and advanced deeply. We should not fight against their vanguard. The castle gate was never opened, so the enemy can't do a thing, and retreated. The king dispatched 200 brave cavalry to cut off the enemy's retreat and dispatched 1,000 soldiers. The cavalry and the soldiers cornered the enemy into Mount Doksan and attacked the enemy from both sides. A large number of the enemy were murdered and captured.
Well, I will introduce the Gwanggaeto stele to you. The stele was built to praise the achievements of King Gwanggaeto, who was the 19th king of Goguryeo. According to the stele, people of Hua made Silla and Baekje subjects, and King Gwanggaeto fought against troops of Hua several times.
Gwanggaeto reign period, 5th year, 395 AD. Since Baekje and Silla are originally subservient states of Goguryeo, they paid tributes to Goguryeo. And since the Senmyo year, 391 AD, the Hua came across the sea, defeated Baekje, Silla, and made them subjects.
Oh, wait a second. The king of Baekje sent hostages to Hua.
A Sin reign period, 6th year, 397 AD, summer, 5th month. The king of Baekje formed an alliance with Hua and sent his son Zhangji to Hua as a hostage.
Oh, wait a second. Well, I never. According to the stele, troops of Hua occupied Silla, and the king of Goguryeo saved Silla.
Gwanggaeto reign period, 9th year, 399 AD. The king of Baekje broke the previous promise and allied with Hua. So King Gwanggaeto advanced to Pyongyang. There he saw Silla's messengers telling him they were full of people of Hua around the border. They broke castle walls and moats and made people into vassals. Since we are servants of your majesty, we pledge our allegiance to you and cordially ask your help. Gwanggaeto reign period, 10th year, 400 AD. The king sent 50,000 troops to save Silla. From the Namgyo castle to the Silla castle, these castles were full up with troops of Hua. When troops of Goguryeo arrived, troops of Hua retreated.
Oh, wait a second. The king of Silla sent hostages to Hua.
Silsong reign period, 1st year, 402 AD, 3rd month. King Silsong established an alliance with Hua and sent Namul's son Kim Misahun to Hua as a hostage.
In 404, troops of Hua fought against troops of Goguryeo in the Dafid area.
Gwanggaeto stele. Gwanggaeto reign period, 14th year, 404 AD. The Hua invaded the Dafid area unexpectedly. Troops of Goguryeo fought fluttering the king's flag, killed the enemy without bounds, and totally destroyed troops of Hua.
Wow. Troops of Hua invaded Goguryeo. Why doesn't the Samguk Sagi say this fact? Oh. Wait a second. If you read this article, you will be convinced that King of Hua had strong influence on Baekje.
14th year of King Asin, 405 AD. In Wa, Prince Xuanzhi heard that his father had died. He begged the king of Wa to let him return to Baekje while weeping bitterly. The king let him return under the escort of 100 soldiers.
After that, people of Wa dispatched troops to Silla in 405, 407, 415, 431, and 440. Oh, I have just found a very interesting article in a Chinese history book.
Songshu, Book of Song, Scroll 97, Lias Hun 57, Jiman, Wa. When reign period, 20th year, 443 AD. King Sai of Wa dispatched envoys to the court of Song and was appointed as the general pacifying the east and the king of Wa. When reign period, 28th year, 451 AD. The emperor of Song added the title Supreme Military Commander of 6 states of Wa, Silla, Mimana, Gaya, Jinan, and Mayhan to King Sai's title.
Surprisingly, King Sai of Wa was appointed the Supreme Military Commander of Silla by the Emperor of Song. In addition, the Songshu, Book of Song, says about Goguryeo, Baekje, and Wa, but it doesn't say about Silla. This fact shows that King Sai of Wa ruled Silla.
Null year reign period, 28th year, 444 AD, summer, 4th month. Though troops of Wa besieged Gyeongseong, capital of Silla, for 10 days, they ran out of food and retreated. The king wanted to run after the enemy, but chief vassals said, according to the strategist, never run after the cornered enemy. Your Majesty should not run after them. However, the king took no notice of the vassals' caution, led thousands cavalry, and ran after the enemy. The king fought against the enemy in the east of Mount Doksan, but he lost the war, and the majority of his cavalry were killed. The king in a panic abandoned his horse and climbed a mountain. The enemy besieged the mountain repeatedly. Suddenly, heavy fog closed in, and nobody was able to see even an inch ahead. The enemy retreated saying, "It's a godsend."
Oh, I have just found a very interesting article in a Chinese history book again.
Sui Shu, Book of Sui, Scroll 81, Lias Hun 46, Dongyi, Tui Guo, Wa. Silla and Baekje considered that Wa was a large country and had many rare goods. Both Silla and Baekje respected Wa and sent envoys to Wa frequently.
In 660, Baekje was ruined by Tang Silla elite forces. In 663, naval troops of Wa and the surviving members of Baekje fought against the forces. The troops of Wa lost in the battle and completely lost the foothold of the Korean Peninsula. Oh, I almost forgot. In 2011, the descriptions of the portraits of periodical offering of Liang was discovered in China. According to the document, sometimes Silla belonged to Han and at other times Silla belonged to Wa.